got some cleaning up to do. He's flashy, he's good, but he needs to polish some things up a little bit. But the thing about Patrick Kennedy is he's the type of kid that's just going to wear on you and wear on you and wear on you, and he'll be just as strong at the end of the match as he at the beginning of the match.
Nice head to the outside, cuts off to the double and drives down for 2. A lot quicker, a lot more solid finish that time.
Well, he's just so workmanlike, you know. He feels things as he's going on, as the match progresses and the hand fighting progresses. There's so many little intricate things that you don't see, you know, especially from the stands up here, but it's more so of a feel from one wrestler to the next, and he remembers that stuff, and then he goes right back to it, just like that shot. It wasn't just a shot, but it's how he set it up in the field, and that's why he was able to get in so deep with a quick finish.
Came out front, tried locking in a cradle, couldn't get it, so now he lets De La Pena out. Makes it 4-2 with 35 seconds to go, first period. Hawks on top 6-0. Cody Seabrecht with the fall to start things off. De La Pena a shot from a long ways away. Kennedy, front headlock. And stuffs the head, circles around, and gets the 2 takedown. Assuming he rides him out, he will get his riding time up over a minute and have a 6-2 lead as we go to the second period.
Patrick Kennedy, a sophomore, but technically I think he can wrestle another year. Is it COVID or not?
Yeah.
He's got another.
Anybody that was on the roster during 2020 can get an extra year. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Kennedy starts down here to begin the second period. It's like the clock accidentally reset the riding time.
It's good that they manually keep it as well.
Kennedy had about 108, I think it was. Maybe it was less than that.
No,
they've got it down to 40. Gets up out for his escape.
Good job. Good hand control. Got his hips out right away on a sit-back situation there, and is able to get his hand control up to his feet. Right back in on a shot. Low single. Up in the air with it. Cuts off to the double. Quick 2-point takedown, and he's going to release De La Pena right away.
It's on that ankle and
he's going to make him
out of bounds.
He's going to make him earn it a little bit.
9-2 is the lead for Iowa's Patrick Kennedy. 1:24 to go here, second period. De La Pena gets set. Do a tripod. Tries hitting that switch action again. And he goes into that spiral ride. Left arm underneath the left armpit, up on to the back of the neck. That's a long reach right there. Now De La Pena up to his feet. Kennedy just pushes him away for the escape. 9-3 is the lead. Sweeps at that right ankle again. De La Pena felt that, stepped out of it. Shot there by De La Pena. Gets the second hand to the leg. Kennedy able to break that grip, hip and back. Now he's coming around, almost got the cradle here.
Got it. Oh, he had it locked.
Man, he gave up on it though, and just got the 2 instead.
God, he had that cradle right there.
Now he's coming out front trying to get that arm bar. Using the knee to post at the head. It's a lot like what Alex Marinelli would do a lot at this weight.
He's got some learning to do here. He's got that armbar right there. He had it perfectly set up to where he could have done that gable, and I don't think he'd ever even, I don't think he knows what he's doing right there.
Final 10 seconds here, second period. Tripod action again by De La Pena. Kennedy will have an 11-3 lead. Almost got caught as they rolled through right there, but 11-3 with 1:42 of riding time as we go to the third.
Second period, Patrick Kennedy 11, Mateo De La Pena 3.
Kennedy coming off of a U23 title this past summer at 74 kilos. De La Pena up to his feet after he chooses down to begin the third. He gives the escape. Getting back to work on his feet. Tried popping the elbow to get down to a high crotch, but couldn't clear the arms. 11-4 is the lead for Iowa's Kennedy. Head to the outside shot. De La Pena tries rolling him through, and Kennedy just used the momentum, stopped it, and then gets around.
Oh, there you go. There's his cradle.
Take down. Now he throws in that cradle.
Nice job right there by Kennedy. He was intentionally releasing him, and then he, De La Pena put his head to his knee, and Patrick Kennedy did a great job, went around the side and locked it up. But then Pena, he's good at defending stuff, and he put his arm out there and was blocking Kennedy. Kennedy just kind of released him and let him go there. Kennedy, this is what I'm talking about. Kennedy's good, and he's got a motor, and he continues to go, and he's just workmanlike, but he's got a lot to learn in certain positions. And, you know, that Gable one that we were talking about, this cradle one finishing right there, getting a guy to his back.
There was a attempt by De La Pena, and underhook thrown in by Kennedy. Throws it by. Now he just locks in a quick hip tilt. Nothing fancy right there, Mark. He just grabbed that arm and horsed him over right there. Gives him a 19-5 lead with 30 seconds left. Now he's trying to readjust. See if he can get another quick turn. He's got that ankle capped.
Well, he's got the tech.
Tech if he rides him out. The riding time.
Like to have gotten a fall in here, but we'll take a pin and then a tech. Start us off. 57-65.
20-5 will be the final score. 11-0 now in favor of the Hawkeyes. We'll take a timeout and be back with more. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is ready for the holidays, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits. Many Iowa-made favorites. They have the selection you don't see at other stores. Come get your favorite holiday beers, liqueurs, and of course, whiskeys. The biggest selection of vodka.
Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grayson, Mark Ironside, as Mediacom Matt sees 174 pounds. Drake Rhodes, the freshman out of Billings, Montana, taking on Zach Rowe for Cal Baptist. Montana state champion. Tried going the Jay Borschel route, Mark. He went 113, 152, 160 for his state championships.
We have a high school prep that committed this year from Montana to Iowa.
Renzi's brother, wasn't it?
Renzi's brother, yeah.
Nice shot from a non-tie, long ways away. And Rhodes is able to grab both ankles and lasso that in for two.
Hernandez?
Yep. I can't remember his name.
It's killing me. I see the kid, such a good kid. Yeah. Lighter weight, probably 125.
Slide out of bounds, head back to the center. It's right on the tip of my tongue, too. As soon as I hear it, I'll say, yeah, that's it. But
really good family.
Fresh start from the center. An explosion by Rowe. Gets up to his feet, out for the escape. So that makes it 2-1 now in favor of Rhodes for Iowa. A minute gone by here in the first period. Hawks lead 11-0 after two matches. Started at 1:57 today. In the program here, Mark, Rhodes is listed at 57, 65, or 74. He looks like he would be a big 57-pounder.
Yeah, I don't know if he's making 57. There's no way. 65 I could see, but he'd be pretty thin. I think he's got to be pretty happy here at 174. Nice shot right there, head to the outside, cuts to the double, trying to hop over. Still staying with it. Rowe locks us. Hands through the crotch lift, kind of rolls us through there. We're popping our head out. We have the ankle hooked. Two takedown. Nice job, Rhodes.
What I liked about that, Mark, was he was working the underhook on one side and then put together about 2 or 3 other holds to get to that leg, and then was able to keep scrambling to get the finish. I mean, too many times you see guys, hey, I'm in that underhook, I'm just going to hang out here, and, oh, I throw it by, it doesn't work. But he used it and then started going the other direction. Led to some good things for him. 35 seconds remain first period. Rhodes for the Hawkeyes, a 4-1 lead. Rowe for Cal Baptist to his feet. Rhodes able to pick him up, throws him back down.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing Drake Rhodes wrestle as well. Have not had a chance to get in the room at all this year. Just one time this year have I been in the room. So this is new to me as well, too, but I like what I see so far. I mean, you're not going to fill the shoes of Michael Kemmer very easily. Michael Kemmer out at Cornell now, helping out there. Cornell University. First period bout comes to an end as they roll out of bounds. 4 seconds to go. Drake Rhodes up 4-1. Hawks look like they should so far, coming out starting at 157 with a fall out of Kobe Seabreck, and then following up with a tech fall out of Patrick Kennedy at 165. Drake Rhodes up to a 4-1 lead the first period. Rose choice. Defers. Patrick Rhodes chooses down. I seen that Pioneer symbol up there, and I was just thinking, I just got a text message from Justin Decker, former alum and Hawkeye here on our wrestling team, finishing up his last 50 acres out in the field, picking some corn. I was talking to a really good friend of Tom Brands and I's, south of Solon and north of Mount Vernon. Adam Flockhart on the way in, and he wasn't going to make the meet. He's trying to get his finished up before the snow comes on Tuesday as well, too. So it's always great when you got listeners listening while they're in their combines picking the last bit of their corn, and get that done before that snow flies and that cold hits, and get in here for that Iowa State dual meet. But then it's deer season, so people might be listening from shops and garages and barns and wherever else you are. Nice shot right there by Drake Rhodes. A beautiful low double, kind of like it's supposed to be a single, but Rowe had his feet together, and Rhodes is able to kind of lasso them both up and get a quick 2 takedown and give himself a 7-1 lead, and now he's got 120 and gaining on ride time.
Rhodes started down to begin the period, was able to scramble up and eventually got the escape, and then did hit that shot there. Got blood time, it looks like. What do you call let me try that again. What do you call an Enlist E3 soybean with elite germplasm? Introducing Pioneer brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans, featuring Pioneer's high-performance genetics like no other. Talk to your local Pioneer sales representative to learn more about these exclusive varieties. I'll try to get that one ironed out a little bit as the season wears on.
That's your job. I got full faith in you, though, Stephen.
First time I'm reading them, and just a few of them. You get some of them that, you know, they stay pretty similar most of the time, but every once in a while they'll throw one a little different at you.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, wrestling at the beginning of the season, like right now. This is the first time, you know, a lot of these guys are making weight, making scratch weight, and having a live competition. It's new faces, new to everybody, and same with your cards at your reads. You know, some of them are new for you. You'll get it, Stephen.
Yeah.
By the time you get back to New York, you'll have it down.
I'll be an old pro. I was joking with the girls. I said, you know, this is my first broadcast since last March, because I gave up the West Branch football so I could coach this year.
1 minute remaining.
So I'm working out some of the kinks talking here instead of just thinking about what it is to coach guys. So I stand corrected. There was actually not blood. It was an injury time. So Rowe got his choice, chooses down. Rhodes let him out right away. Now he's in on a shot right now, trying to cut off to the double. Couldn't get it. Back down to the ankle. Rowe sitting back over us. Now locked through the crotch. Rhodes trying to elevate. And there's a stalemate. 28 seconds to go. Second period. 7-2 now is the lead. Drake Rhodes for the Hawkeyes. 125 of riding time. Guys kind of stand and look at each other for a couple of seconds off that whistle. kind of dancing around here in the final seconds of the second period.
Oh, look at that.
Almost got that double. Roll through attempt there.
Dang it. Nice low single right there. But the problem with that right there, why he couldn't finish it quick like, was his head went through the leg behind the knee instead of just getting to the knee and able to get that quick takedown like he did before.
Right.
Great shot, though. Great effort. I'd like to see that with 3-4 seconds to go. Most people are going to be just kind of like hanging out the rest of the period, you know, just letting the clock tick down. But Drake Rhodes wasn't having it.
Rowe for Cal Baptist starts down to begin the third period. Got up to his feet. Rhodes bumps him back to a tripod. This time he does stand up, get the hand control out for the escape. 7-3 now for the Hawkeye Drake Rhodes. Trying to get his hands on Rowe now. Working for that inside collar, left then right. Drives in, fakes, back to the head, goes back to the leg, couldn't get anywhere with it. Now comes back into the leg. It's low on it. Whizzer thrown in, though, by Rowe.
He's really good at getting those low shots, those low singles. He's got to come up in the air with it here. He's going to wait for a stalemate, and there it is.
Well, Rowe stepped back over us and reached his hand inside of his leg. And it was almost like Rhodes was in a cross body, but Rowe was on top.
Well, what he needs to do is he's getting into those situations. His head's, first of all, the head's going through too far through. But when it does, though, you got to post. You got to come up immediately right away. Come up high. And he's kind of sitting and holding that position. Yeah. You can't sit and hold. There he is again. So his head went straight down to the mat instead of, his left hand went to the leg. The right hand went to the knee. Instead, the right hand needs to go to the mat and post, so then he can come up in the air with it.
Did get a stall call against Rowe, so that gives him a point, makes it 8-3. Trying to scramble here. Gets out front. Almost gets a cradle locked in right now. I think he may have it. Gets the 2 takedown.
Far knee cradle, but he lost it right there.
Did get the takedown at least.
Oh, he was looking for a little pancake action there. Didn't get it. He felt it, though. He was trying to go for it. Trying to get another takedown so we get a major here.
Down to 5. Another dive at a shot. Gets to the leg. Trying to drive. He gets it.
That's how you finish the match right there. Put the exclamation point on it. Get your major decision.
13-4 will be the final score. Puts the Hawks up 15-0. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Mediacom Matt. Here's a little Iron Man being played for Abe Assad, making his way out, taking on Peter Riccardi, a junior with an 0-1 record on the year. Abe, number 10 ranking coming into the season. Looking for good things from Abe this year. He's a guy that's been in the lineup. He's just kind of always close, but not quite there. And like to see him kind of get over that hump as he gets in on a low single right away.
Same thing here for Abe Assad as what Drake Rhodes was just in there. Is he low shot, head went through, and the other one went to the knee instead of kind of posting and coming up. And referee Jason Wedgbury gave him 2 right there.
He was able to pop his head out and got it across there and had both ankles. So they blow a stalemate, though, because Cardi was still sat out and locked through, trying to roll him through. Cardi working up to his feet. Abe reaching to that far wrist, bumps him back down. Another tripod by Cardi. Abe pulls him back down to his mat. Tripod working up to his feet again. Abe bumps into the tripod. Abe, I think, trying to get that far wrist locked in here, Mark, but not really having a lot of luck, and there he finally lets him go. For the escape, makes it 2-1 now in favor of Assad for the Hawkeyes.
Hawks have been rolling. All 3 points, bonus points. Drake Rhodes had to work pretty hard for that one right there, but he put himself in a position to get it done, and he was able to at the end.
.120 on the clock for Assad here in the first period. Gets double unders in. He's working that underhook on the right side hard. Gets the double unders in. Trying to pull Achardi down to him. Goes over under in a front head situation. Trying to clear that right elbow out.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Doing an all right job of trying to move a little bit from that front head instead of just sitting and holding. Achardi, though, able to get the arm out and drives in. And Terry Brand's telling him to use that underhook. And he reaches to that far leg off of that underhook, gets to it. Pulling that leg in. Achardi trying to roll him through. Abe trying to adjust here. Head to the outside still. Trying to shelf that leg up onto his lap, squaring up. Now he gets both legs, but Achardi's still locked around the chest. Abe's looking to pop his head out. If he could get that head free, then he should get the takedown. Nope, steps over far enough to get the 2. Same position they were in the first time. So that'll give Abe a 4-1 lead as this first period comes to an end. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Assad will start down to begin the second period, leading 4-1. He's at 58 seconds riding time. So that'll tick down a little bit here. Working up to his feet. Achardi trying to trip him down. Abe throws in the overhook. Squaring back up. Achardi still has that deep seatbelt in. Now Abe able to get his hips back far enough. Clears that out for the escape. Makes it 5-1. Achardi with a shot. Down blocked by Abe. Couldn't follow through with the reshot there.
I was just watching after that last match, Zach Rowe of Cal Baptist. He was bleeding underneath his chin, and came over, and Doc Peterson from our Iowa doctor here is going to take him in the back, and I watched Doc Peterson come up into a spot here and grab his suture kit. And so he's going to go down in the training room and sew him up real quick.
Another takedown by Assad right there.
Good shot, nice low single, wrap both legs up for another quick 2.
Trying to keep that leg Turk in, but
Trying.
Achardi able to clear out of it.
It's just about ready to get his ride time here. Let's get a tension release him with right at 1 minute.
7-2 now is the lead for Abe. 40 seconds remain here, second period.
Again, started this duel at 157. Kobe Seabreck with a fall. 165, Patrick Kennedy with a tech fall. And then at 174, it was Drake Rhodes, who's a freshman out of Montana, with a 13-4 major decision.
Down to 20 seconds here for Assad.
Assad working on trying to get a major himself. Assad another one, not too flashy, just kind of workmanlike out there. Tom Brand's wanting him to get another one here this period, and now Assad lets Achardi in on his legs, and that's not what we want to see. You know, we went from Drake Rhodes trying to get takedown at the end of that period, remember, in the second period of that match, to where now Assad just kind of standing around. You can't have that. I
mean, basically let him out with, what, 45 seconds left?
Yeah.
He got one little flurry where he got a stall call called, but no real leg attacks in that 45 seconds.
Tom not very happy about that, nor should he be. Saad, a veteran in the lineup. When you're upperclassmen, should know better, should know the clock, know the period, know the situation. You don't have your major yet.
Chardy starts down here to begin the third. Saad rides him for about 20 seconds, lets him out. Trying to make it 7-3. Saad at 1:24 of riding time. On that underhook again on the left side, not getting anywhere with it. Now drops low single, cuts off to the double, but whizzer thrown in right at the last by a Chardy. It looked like he was dead to rights, and Abe able to finally finish, but looking over at the bench, he should know that he's got to get one more, and of course he's being a little lazy with that. Allows the Chardy to reach back, grab a leg, just burn a little more clock. 9-4. Snaps, looks for a double, couldn't get it. Comes back, reaches, there's a shot. Or a stall call,
Nice.
and then a reshot there by
Finish
Abe.
this.
Again, Abe gets that head to the outside. He's got both ankles, but Achardy's locked around us. And Abe finally, the first two times, has been able to get those hips to the mat and get the takedown, and Achardy's still holding on there. This time he's keeping that one leg free. Now Abe rolls all the way through.
Up in the air, Abe. Up in the air. We don't finish this takedown and get the major here. Holy smokes. We're not getting either.
Chardy.
Maybe so.
Abe
Maybe
trying
so.
to come back the other
My
way, 5
goodness,
seconds.
Abe. See how he's down on his, wrestling on his
Yeah.
elbows and his hands too much?
Yep. Point for
Jeez.
riding time makes it 11-4. Hawks go on top 18-0.
Abe Assad needs to work on finishes for sure.
Back in 30 seconds, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is #1. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Jacob Warner makes his way out, taking on Elijah Silbus, a freshman with a 1-2 record. Jacob right in on a shot right away and finishes for 2.
Wow, he's ready to go. Wow, great shot.
Lets him go right away, comes right back across.
Escape. Silva.
Stuff in the head. Snap, looking to change levels there. Warner on the
Man.
front head, now comes up into an underhook.
Warner looking good, moving his feet.
Trying to throw that by, pancakes him. He's going to suck this in.
That's over.
Jacob Warner needs 48 seconds in his first match.
Boy, I like that. I like it a lot. Warner just looks more mature this year. He looks more like a man on a mission this year, you know. He looks confident. He looks like he wants to tear some competition up this year.
Let's do it. 24-0 is the lead for the Hawkeyes as we head to the intermission. Quick timeout. We'll be back with more from Carver. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is open for your game day needs, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, many Iowa-made favorites. They have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Carrying one of the best selections of local craft beer in all of Iowa, including those difficult-to-find selections from Pulpit Rock and Dimensional Brewing. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as we are at the intermission. Hawkeyes on top by a score of 24-0 over Cal Baptist. Score big savings, shop online at HyVDeals.com. Hy-Vee is proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling. somebody else proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling and just wrestling in general. Josh Schamberger from, I think, Iowa City Coralville Convention. You've got, I don't know, too many names.
It's fine. Just
wherever, you're Josh Schamberger.
I'm here.
People know you.
No, that was quick. That was good.
That was good. I like
Warner, he's a man on a mission this year. He looked really good. You could just tell when he stepped out of the mat, that first takedown and just how he was going for that, whip over right there from the feet. If we see a lot of that this year, that's a new Jacob Warner. I think getting second in the country last year maybe gave him some confidence he needed.
Right now recognizing Joe Williams, inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. Congratulations to Joe. Big
former teammate of mine.
Coach Gable going over to give him a handshake and a hug. Well, Shammy, you guys are always working over there. I saw, is Eustace really trying to get the beard growing contest?
He is. He comes back from Wyoming today. He's trying to get the National Beard and Mustache Growers Association annual meeting here next year. It's a big deal. It sounds totally crazy, but
there was a big crowd there. I saw on Twitter yesterday afternoon.
And he's been working that. He calls it his white whale piece of business. He's been working on that for quite a few years.
So that means everything's in place for December then, right? You guys don't have anything else to think about or worry about?
Yeah. Well, we're about to enter a fun month. A lot of work, though.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Donnybrook has exploded in its second year. And
explain what Donnybrook is.
Dan Gable Donnybrook is a high school wrestling tournament. We started it last year. Obviously, there's
Extreme Arena.
Extreme Arena. There's some rules that say we can't bring in high schools from outside of contiguous states. But Luke and Kylie and that team, Nathan Eichhorst, a big part of it, have turned that into a monster. So this year we'll have probably 42 to 43 boys high school teams from the surrounding states, and we'll have 29 high school girls teams.
Wow.
Jeez.
So
speaking of, they're just introducing the Hawkeye women's wrestling team right now. Can wrestle unattached this year, and then next year we'll have
our first
season.
It's going to be fun. All the tournaments that you see, that team unattached wins the tournament.
Yeah, no kidding.
Probably doesn't happen too often.
So Donnybrook's the first weekend of December, right?
First week, or actually, first week, December 1st through the 3rd. And then they're having a junior Donnybrook tournament. This is awesome for the women.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about them, and I've obviously got to know them pretty dang well, and known Clarissa for a long time, and that's going to be fun. They go to their first tournament this upcoming weekend, Mo Valley. They're sending 7 or 8 women. So I expect them to dominate down there in Clarissa's hometown.
So after the Donnybrook, you get everything ready. There's no contiguous countries to us that are
no.
to the state of Iowa that are making
that will be coming. Well, Canada. But they'll be down just for a camp afterwards. They didn't qualify.
But the World Cup. That's
so
huge. I love that event. That's awesome.
Yeah, we have that junior tournament on the 4th, and then literally that night we start setting up for the World Cup. And it's going to be bigger and better than it's ever been in the history of World Cup. A couple years back, Eustace and I went over there and tried to talk them into putting a new model in place, and they agreed. The new model consists of having the men and women's World Cup at the same time on the same stage. And then there's an all-world team that rounds out each bracket that's comprised of the top-ranked wrestlers in the world that aren't part of those qualifying nations. So the all-world men's team, I was looking at it, the worst place finisher was 5th place in Serbia. Every other person on the team medaled.
Wow.
So that'll be
a tough team.
The women are the same thing. So I sent that when I first got those rosters to Bill Zadek and Terry Steiner, the coaches, and I said, these guys are going to be pretty tough. And they quickly both reminded me that, hey, but we're pretty dang tough too. So I said, of course we are.
So remind me, how many teams are there?
So we will have 5 qualifying teams. On the men's side, it will be the United States, Iran, Mongolia, Japan, and Georgia. And then on the women's side, it'll be Japan, the United States, Mongolia, China, and Ukraine.
Okay.
Ukraine is coming, which is an incredible story.
Yeah.
We will have, I think, 42 or 44 members of the Ukraine Wrestling Federation here. They've been living and training in Warsaw, Poland. But I got to meet all of these countries and teams when I was in Serbia for Worlds as soon as they qualified. And I just can't wait to welcome the Ukrainian women's team here to come and wrestle in Wrestling Town, USA.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So remind folks format. I mean, how's that look? What's the schedule like for that weekend?
So this is a dual team tournament, which is awesome. And so we'll start with Friday night. They'll have a big team presentation, open to the public. Come in there and meet all these countries, all these delegations. Truly, you guys know this, the best wrestlers in the world. I mean, the guy who beat Gilman in the gold medal match is coming to wrestle on the all-world team at 57 kilo from Albania. So the best of the best. Friday night, then Saturday they wrestle into two pools of 3 each, all with the hope of trying to make it to Sunday. Sunday we'll have a third-place women's duel, third-place men's, and then championship women, championship men's to see who wins the World Cup as the best wrestling nation dual team tournament in the world this year.
2 mats?
2 mats, and then we'll go to 1 mat on Sunday. So pretty dang electric. Really need count on wrestling fans to show up. These things cost a lot of time and money. As Mark knows, I've spent a lot of time with Mark. I'm spending a lot of money with Mark too on this. But it's a big, big deal, and there's not many cities in the world that are able to do this, certainly not in the United States. And it's because of these people that are sitting around right here, right now, that make that thing happen.
So I'm sure you want some tickets sold. How do people go about doing that?
Go to WorldCupCoralville.com or WorldCupIowaCity.com. Learn a lot about it. You know, look at the schedule. For those of you that high school wrestling, Friday and Saturday, there's an opportunity to do single-day floor seats for the championship matches on Sunday. So bring your team out, bring your youth wrestlers out, and come see the just the Sunday championship matches. I certainly expect the United States to be in both of those, but you never know. There's tough competition.
It's a very tough competition, and I will say this is, you know, all the Iowa wrestling fan listeners out there, no matter where you're at and what you're doing right now, that weekend is going to be some, like Josh said, some of the absolute best wrestling in the entire world in our own backyard. You don't get an opportunity to see this, and not only that, in a brand new arena that was like made for wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much made for wrestling. And you are going to get a heck of a show in 2 days. And you're going to be in awe. You're going to be amazed at the wrestling, both men's and women's, of what you see. And to have that opportunity right here in our own backyard, you know, those are great early Christmas presents. It's just a phenomenal opportunity to be able to go and watch some of this wrestling. And like Josh said, too, some great packages. Obviously, that weekend there's going to be, you know, a lot of youth wrestling and high school wrestling going on that Friday, Saturday. But that Sunday, the championship day, great packages for those days, for just Sunday as well, too. So Josh and his staff here has done a phenomenal job, and Josh has put so much time, and I know he doesn't want to toot his own horn, so I'll do it for him, but he has put so much time and effort into making this a spectacle, not just for our fans, but also for the participants and the wrestlers coming in from all over the world for this. When they leave here, they're not ever going to want to go wrestle a World Cup anywhere else with the royal treatment that they're getting and the green carpet that we're rolling out for them.
Yeah, we sure are. A lot of green carpet.
And that's the colors of the World Cup logo.
Yeah, so we've got $18,000 worth of green carpet, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I can't wait to welcome these countries. They were here in 2018. It was just the men. And I brought a guest here today, Yuki Miura, who's a Japanese professional hockey player for the Heartlanders here in town. It's the first time he's ever seen wrestling. He can't believe it. But he sent a long video to the Japanese Wrestling Federation talking about this community and how welcome they should feel. And, you know, we intend to do that, roll out the carpet for them and make it special. When I was in Serbia last month, or I guess it's been a couple months ago, visiting with the Iranian fans, just in less than a month, these fans here, Iowa, are going to be able to see that Burroughs-Iranian gold medal match again. You know, that guy's coming. And Jordan Burroughs is going to probably whoop his tail again, which is going to be awesome. But vuvuzelas and cowbells are going to be welcome. We want to create that international environment that you've wrestled in. You've seen. It is insane.
So it's going to be 20 degrees with cigarette smoke everywhere?
No cigarette smoke. But it will be cold, and it will be USA, and there'll be the Iranian chants, Iran, how they do it.
Yeah.
but we'll be right back at them.
Yep.
And it'll be a lot of fun.
If so, you know, for you, like I say, I keep saying, for people that are, you know, out there listening, if you've never seen an international event, you've never been to an international event, which most people haven't,
No.
you know, it kind of goes under. I mean, this is the senior level. This is the highest level of wrestling that there is. To be able to be part of something and see an event like this in person over 2 days, and I highly recommend coming both days, obviously, so the championship day, because you get more familiarized with the wrestlers, and you know, the men and women as the tournament goes on. And it's a dual meet format, which is a phenomenal format. It's easy to keep up and follow. You're going to see an experience and something that you've never seen or witnessed before, and it's going to be, you know, hoping to get it back here, you know, for another year after this too as well. But what better place in the U.S. to have it right here in Wrestletown, USA than Coralville, Iowa.
And these fans are Iowa's away. They're at Chattanooga. So come on down to the River Landing, watch some Iowa wrestling, and we'll see if we can't get Terry Brands on the mat against that Iranian coach. And put a real good exhibition. I'll see if I can get Terry Brands to stay home that weekend.
There you go.
I don't know. He'll be here on Sunday.
No, I know he will.
He'll be here on Sunday.
All right, well, hey.
World Cup Iowa City or WorldCupCoralville.com.
And the dates are December 10th and
9th through the 11th,
9th
10
to
11 wrestling.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Well, we're going to
Soldier
promote.
Salute at the end of the month.
Yeah. Well, which we got to talk about that
We'll
too.
talk about that later, but that's really Hawkeyes.
Hey, you want to come to New York? I got some time to fill probably on Friday.
Yeah,
so.
no kidding.
You
I'll
take
get
my
on that
spot.
plane.
I'm not
Maybe.
going. You take
I'll
my
just
spot.
say fall.
All
All right,
betcha.
boys. Thanks
Josh,
a lot.
thank you much.
We'll see you.
Josh Schamberger with Think Iowa City. The World Cup coming to Coralville December 9th, 10th, and 11th. Go to worldcupiowacity.com or worldcupcoralville.com and get your tickets. I will be in Chattanooga with the Hawkeye wrestlers. I am envious of anybody that gets to make it. So somebody please go in my place, because that's going to be a great time. I really wish I could be back here to see it, but I'll definitely make sure in a few years when they have it back, we'll do it again. Back to action here for the Hawkeyes as we come out for the second half. Iowa leading by a score of 24-0 against Cal Baptist, the Lancers. Out of Riverside, California, we go to heavyweight to start things off, where Tony Cassiope getting the Ric Flair woos already coming his way. He's taking on Christopher Island, a sophomore with a 1-2 record on the year. There's Tony with a nice low double and gets the 2. This Island looks like he's a little bit lighter on the heavyweight side as well. Real athletic build, so Tony's gonna have to be quick with things, but Tony's wrestled some pretty darn good competition throughout his career, knows what he's doing. Pressure forward on Island, trying to get him flattened out, reaching for a far wrist, not there, chopping that near arm. Reaching that far wrist again. Tripod action. Tony bumps him forward, back to his base. Chopping that right arm again, now trying to hop back the other way. Driving him forward again. Gets the head down on the mat. Still having a hard time busting those hips down, though.
Oh, he'll get him down.
Oh, yeah.
Cassiope will get him down. He's a hammer on top.
There he finally does flatten him out.
He's going to roll him over and pin him, too.
Island keeping those arms out wide right now. Basically saying, hey, look at me, I'm stalling. There, he builds his base back up, though. Tony chops him flat again. Minute 35 to go, first period. 2-0 is the lead for Cassiope. 1:10 and counting of riding time. 24-0 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Started at 1:57 this afternoon. A fall for Siebrecht to start off that first half. A fall by Warner to cap it off. We went tech fall, major decision in between. There's Cassiope trying to pull that right arm up onto the back. Gets a stall call. Island hipping down hard on that right side. Now Tony's able to reach down and pull it up.
He's going to get this head. This is his patented turn right here. He's got to come under the elbow. The arm's on the back. He's got to come under the elbow. He does. Now it's over. See ya.
Driving in with that head cinched up.
Look at him scoop the arm with the knees. Perfect textbook right there. That's how you finish. Boom!
2 minutes, 13 seconds for Tony Cassiope. fans get right back on their feet as the Hawks go up by a score of 30-0. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I'm in a test plot near Portageville, Missouri that's dedicated to new Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans. Row to row, it looks impressive. But what's more impressive is what you can't see with the naked eye. Exclusive and elite Pioneer genetics. And the performance makes it anything but a regular Enlist E3 soybean. From field to lab, Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans are like no other.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as we move to 125 pounds. Aiden Harris gets the nod for the Hawkeyes, taking on Elijah Griffin, a freshman with a 2-1 record. Harris, a junior out of Layton, Utah, wrestled at Iowa Central Community College. Two-time NJCAA qualifier, finished 4th last year. Lost his first match of the tournament, then won 6 straight in the wrestlebacks before falling in the 3rd place bout. Ooh, nice 2-on-1 slide by there by Griffin. That's Cal Baptist's first takedown of the day.
Griffin's pretty tough. He actually did beat Iowa State last night.
Kyson Terakina. Locked hands is going to be the call as they go on the edge. So that'll make it 2-1 now in favor of Griffin for Cal Baptist.
Terakina was not probably up to par last night, would be my guess, being early on in the season. Probably took him for granted a little bit and struggles with his weight a little bit.
Although they started at 49,
I know,
so that was...
Which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
For him.
But sometimes, I mean, you got a guy that is used to starting at 25, and, you know, you get that extra time, and your body, you know, it takes a little different getting used to, and so that's why you got to learn to be adaptable and just understand what you have to do to make yourself feel good when you come out here to wrestle.
Aiden Harris doing a lot of the right things on the bottom, pushing back, getting his knees underneath him, building that base. Griffin tough on top, though, just keeps busting back down, arm behind the head. It's kind of a seesaw battle here. He breaks us down, we build our base. He breaks us down, we build our base.
Trying to catch a leg as we got to our feet. He pulls us back down to the mat, but unable to get anywhere to try to turn back into that. Now Griffin picks us up, throws us back down. Looking for a quick tilt right here. And he's going to get a 3 count out of it. So just a 2 near fall, but that'll make it 4-1 now with a minute to go here, first period. Wing thrown in here by Griffin. He's got the wing on the left side, but he's over on the right side. He's trying to come around, see if he can run it. 35 seconds left. Trying to pull that wing back to him.
The wing on the,
it's on the
far side.
Yeah.
And he's on that near side. He's trying to pull it straight back to him there. Aiden Harris is not having any part of it, though, and not giving him the opportunity to get some near falls there. He's trying to tilt it back. It does look kind of painful, though. I'd want to be in. There, he's got the, Griffin's got the wrist right there. That's how you finish it right there, but
slide out of bounds and back to the center with 2.7 on the clock.
Aiden Harris, little. Looks really little. 125 pounds, though.
Yeah. Both these guys look little after seeing Cassiope out there on the mat, but
true.
But Griffith does look like he's a little more solid, a little thicker than
I did
Harris.
Walk in today at the same time as Spencer and talked to Spencer, and he actually weighed in today. Weighed in at scratch weight. He says he's been down to weight for the last 4 or 5 days. So he says he's ready to go. said that he had a really good, hard drilling session yesterday or day before, I can't remember. Said that he felt good. He got really, really tired. It's like a really hard drilling session. Those drill sessions can be more wearing on you than a live wrestling match, because you're just drilling. There's nonstop movement. There's no breaks or anything, especially if you're drilling with someone that you know how to wrestle with. And he was drilling with Drake Ayala, who is also, I mean, you got to think Spencer Lee still coming back. He hasn't wrestled since the excuses are for wusses. Well, I guess he wrestled one time down in Florida last year, but really hasn't wrestled since Nationals 2 years ago now. And then Drake Ayala still rehabbing his surgery from this last off season as well too. So both those guys still rehabbing, but have come a long ways, and obviously drilling hard and getting on the mat, but just not 100% ready to go quite yet.
Griffin just riding like crazy here against Iowa's Aiden Harris. Gotten a stall call. Hasn't been close to turning him, but he's approaching 4 minutes of riding time. I don't know if you've seen Harris's face mark. It's bright red. His shoulders are all red. Griffin's just working him over right now.
He's fighting him hard, but he can't give up his wing like that. He can't give up his arm like that. Good thing he's pretty limber.
See if he can try to limp arm out there. I mean, it's a hard spot to do it, but Griffin trying to get that wrist trapped on the far side. It'll be 4-1 as we go to the third.
At the end of the second period, Elijah Griffin, 4.
Griffin
4-1, and he's got riding time over 4 minutes. Aiden Harris on top now. Maybe this is something, you know, here we haven't seen wrestle. Maybe he's tough on top. He's good on top. He's got a turn of his own, and he can put him right back in this. Griffin, though, right up to his feet, in on a single on us. Didn't get the point. Looking at it getting a reversal now. Cuts across the double. Sitting back into us here, turn back into us. Aiden still trying to fight it here. Still has the leg. There's a two
reversal.
Now Aiden Harris has a minute and a half to basically try and fight off of his back, fight from not getting turned again. Not again, but like he not trying to get turned, as Griffin's basically been doing to him this entire time on top. He's tough on top.
Now he's going to cut him though. So that'll make it 6-1 or 6-2.
He's going to go for that major, get that major, and they'll probably ride him out.
Looking for a whip over there. Gets the takedown instead. 8-2, 9-2 at the riding time.
1 minute.
Harris showing some fight on the bottom of, like you say, fighting that turn off, but just not able to get anything established underneath. Griffin's just working that arm. There's going to be technical violation as Griffin pushing Harris's head to the mat, trying to draw a stall call, and then he let him out and just swiped across the back of the head. So that'll make it 8-3.
Aiden Harris looks so young out there. Like, so he looks like he's still in high school.
And he's a junior.
He's out there trying to fight though. Needs to come up, needs to get some hand control. Don't quit here now. 8-3, 9-3 with riding time. Oh, he's not going to give up the major.
9-4 as he gets an escape right at the end. 30-3 will be the lead for the Hawkeyes. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I'm here for Pioneer Brand Seeds, a block away from another ag company's corporate office. This company concentrates their breeders here in one centralized location. That's not how Pioneer works. Our breeders are located where their test plots are. That way, Pioneer corn breeders gain insights about what does and doesn't work for a local geography in real time. Ask your local Pioneer sales representative about field-proven Pioneer brand corn hybrids. And like our breeders, they're located near you.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
We move to 133 pounds on MediaCom mat. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as Brody Teske gets his first action in a Hawkeye singlet. 4-time state champion out of Fort Dodge. Taking on Hunter Leak, a sophomore with a 2-1 record for Cal Baptist. Hawks on top by a score of 30-3. Teske started his career at Penn State, transferred to UNI, and now has come down here to Iowa City.
Did he wrestle for Penn State here at Carver Hawkeye Arena? Do you remember?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
So I think he redshirted his freshman year, and then it looks like, according to the notes here, he just wrestled against Navy and Arizona State. Those were the only 2 matches he wrestled, aside from the Black Knight Invitational.
It's a big moment for Brody Teske. Something he's dreamt about it basically his whole life, is wearing a Hawkeye singlet, and he's finally doing it here in front of the home crowd, first time. I know him and Colin Schriever are still battling it out for this position. Schriever out of Mason City, Teske out of Fort Dodge, not far apart from each other. They had to wrestle off this last, I think, Tuesday, which went into overtime with Teske winning that one. I believe it was 5-3 in overtime. And then Colin Schriever went up to the Luther Open yesterday and dominated his way through that tournament. Won that tournament handily. There's Teske in ahead to the outside high crotch, cuts across, trying to get a double here.
Schriever with 2 tech falls, a decision, and a major decision on his way to the win yesterday. Teske not able to finish yet. Now Leak trying to get around. He's actually all the way around behind, but Teske still has the leg. There is the 2 takedown, though. Nope, they wave it off. Teske still has that leg. Leak didn't get around far enough to show control. Now Leak locked through Teske's crotch. Brody hangs on for the stalemate.
Leak's tough. He won against Iowa State too yesterday.
Pinned Redding. I didn't see if it was, he was dominating and pinned him, or if he caught him in a throw, but a pin's a pin. There's a shot by Leak, a little ways away. Brody, front headlock, trying to circle around behind. Leak still throwing that arm out, slows him up. Now he's trapping our right elbow from that headlock, and we're able to clear out of it.
Go to the leg.
Down on the leg, trying to elevate it. Looking to dump him down. Now cradle. Looks up over the head. He's got the cradle locked in. See if he can drive it down. Period comes to an end. No points.
Dang.
He had the cradle, but he didn't have the hip to the mat. That's why it was no takedown.
Yeah, you got to post that hip. But he's doing a lot of the right things. He is. He's getting that front headlock, short offense position. They're just having trouble getting his arm freed up right there. Getting that arm out. He's trying that.
Defers his choice, so Leak will start down to begin the second period. Works up to his feet. Brody trying to trip him back down, drops down to the leg. Drops back down.
This is where the position where Teske shined against Schriever. He rode Schriever pretty tough in that wrestle-off and was able to get a riding time point to tie it 3-3 to take it into overtime, where he eventually got a takedown of 1.
Go out of bounds, head back to the center. Link to his feet. Schriever able to trip him back down.
There's almost near falls.
Roll him through. Went all the way, almost through the half in back the other way, but Leak able to get back to his base. Now just a quick tilt again. Couldn't get it. Leak Good hustle there, able to scoot his hips away. Teske staying in that front headlock situation, so he's still technically gaining riding time. Now he lets it out for the escape. 1-0 is the lead for Leek. Circle out of bounds, head back to the center. 1:05 to go, second period. Hawks on top by a score of 30-3. There's a shot by Teske, comes back up into a body lock situation, slips around behind and just drives him to the mat for the 2.
Nice shot, way to stay on the attack. Good job, Brody Teske. Good transition there too, up off the leg, up into that body lock, and I don't know if Leek, they hit heads, like headbutted or what, but he's grabbing his head and just laying flat on the mat. I'm not sure what's going on there. I didn't see anything, did you?
I did not. But yeah, like as soon as he got down to the mat, he kind of stopped. So, Molly's Cupcakes proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Curious if almost looks like they're doing concussion protocol right now.
Yeah, he got hit in the head. I don't know if they got headbutted when they shot both at but they didn't really shoot at the same time, did they?
No.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but that's
Brody hit like a head to the outside shot and then adjusted into like a bear hug body lock, came up and then just slid around behind and drove him down to the mat. I don't know if his head ran into the mat as they came down or.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I didn't see anything. But you could tell right away that he was just laying flat on his belly and kind of grabbing the top of his head. So who knows? Regardless, great shot right there by Brody Teske. A good finish as well, too. Gives him a 2-0 lead here in the second period. Actually, 2-1. Because Leek did get away in the second period. This is a cool, big opportunity. Hawkeyes started this one at 157 pounds. If you're just joining us, Kobe Seabreck with a 6-point lead for the Hawks with a fall there. Patrick Kennedy then got a tech fall. Drake Rhodes at 174 with major decision. Assad 11-4 victory there. Warner with a big fall. Cassiope with a big fall. And then Griffin of Cal Baptist was able to get the 9-3 victory at 125 pounds. That brings us to Brody Teske as we're underway again here.
Got the okay, cleared through the concussion test. Got to his feet. Teske picked him up, spiked the hip off the mat. Roll attempt there by Leek. Pressuring forward is Teske. Into that claw ride. Leek throwing the butt up in the air. Tripoding, trying to peel that claw off. Teske comes back around behind the hips, trying to hop the other way, picks him up, throws him back down to his base. Period will come to an end. It will be a 2-1 lead for Teske. As we go to the third, Brody has 1:47 of riding time.
At the end of the second period,
Teske goes neutral here to begin the third.
His Leek might be tough on top. That might be why he's kind of going neutral. And Teske's been doing a good job on the neutral position, been controlling the match, controlling the pace, getting in on shots. Just need him to go again.
He taps the head, comes back with a sweep attempt.
Nice.
Trips him down for the 2.
Almost got near falls right there, too. Nice finish. Nice shot, nice finish. Up in the air with a trip.
Got the legs kind of crisscrossed down there. Seeing if he can work something with the arm and use that. No way for Leek to build his base there, so they blow the stalemate. Head back to the center. 4-1 is the lead for Teske. Roll through attempt there. And Leek able to grab our leg. Brody throwing the hips back, trying to break this grip. Locked hands is the call there.
1 minute remaining.
So that'll stop the riding time. So that'll be 4-2 now. Teske didn't realize that.
You can't lock your hands there. Once the guy gets up to your feet there, you can't lock your hands there.
So 4-2. Leak to his feet. Teske works him back down. Leak trying to scoot the hips away. Brody staying behind the arms. 40 seconds remain here, third period. 4-2 is the lead. Riding time is cinched up here for Teske. Gives up his leg, though, as Leak trying to turn back into him here. And he's going to get the reversal. That's going to tie it up at 4.
This lure Leak's good as his top position, too. We're going to probably might go overtime here.
Well, he's got riding time, so.
Oh, he does, yeah. A lot of riding time.
Leak's going to go neutral right away,
but
so
no
that'll make it
near fall. I think Leak would have been better off trying to stay on top and catch him in a tilt. There's a false start on Leak.
Teske's got to be aggressive here.
Not too aggressive, but just at least
smart.
moving his feet. He's just kind of backing up right now, holding position. Just got to circle. Use your hands. There you go. Good job, just like that.
Both guys drop at the same time. Period comes to an end. 0.4 riding time. Teske will win by a score of 6-4. Puts the Hawks on top 33-3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I'm in an area called Trade Integration at Pioneer. So what's the trade being integrated? The Enlist E3 trade for soybeans. And what's it being integrated with? That's the big news. The Enlist E3 trait is now integrated with Pioneer's own exclusive and elite genetics. They're called Pioneer brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans. And there are no other soybeans like it on the market. Pioneer brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans, like no other.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Mediacom Matt as we go to 141 pounds. Drew Bennett with a takedown for the Hawkeyes. Taking on Edison Alanis, a sophomore with an 0-1 record for Cal Baptist. Lost by technical fall 28-13 against Iowa State last night. Casey Swiderski. Bennett also out of Fort Dodge. Transferred down here from UNI before last season.
2 Fort Dodge preps back-to-back. 33, Brody Teske, and now 141, Drew Bennett. We also have a Fort Dodge prep in there, too, obviously, is Drake Ayala. They could be 25, 33, 41, 3 in a row there.
Yeah.
A trio. Fort Dodge put a lot of good wrestlers out throughout the years. Kind of a wrestling dynasty up there. Just a tough school, tough kids, well coached.
Alanis gets the escape here. Bennett. Throw by an underhook right on the edge. Each guy grabbing the other's ankle. Now Bennett goes out of bounds. Head back to the center. 1:54 on the clock. First period. 141 pounds. Another quick takedown for Bennett.
He's doing good on his feet. Now he's trying to get some near falls on top. He tried tilting him through as he rolled him through. Didn't get anywhere with it. A minute and a half to go here in the first period. Bennett coming out and making the most of this. Crowd kind of anticipating and wanting a appearance by Real Woods. But I don't know what's going on with Real.
Oh.
I don't know.
There's Bennett. He's got a half in, almost got near falls, but they slide out of bounds. No points.
Well, Bennett doing just fine here this afternoon himself. I thought that could have been near falls.
Looked like it. As it was, Jason Wedgbury said no. They restart him in the center. Approaching a minute to go here, first period. Bennett for the Hawkeyes, a 4-1 lead, a minute 15 and counting of riding time.
1 minute.
He's going to let Alanis out. Gets right back in on another shot, a long ways away. Then a reshot there by Alanis, gets down to Bennett's ankles. Trying to lock in a cradle on Bennett. Drew doing the splits right on the edge of the mat. Now kicks out, comes back over top, grabbing the ankle. Trying to create a scramble situation here. Out of bounds, head back to the center, 35 on the clock. And changed levels, came across. Comes into a 2-on-1 now. Pull that down to the mat, reaching for the far leg. Alanis clears out of it. Bennett back. There he steps into a high crotch attempt by Alanis. Alanis trying to drive in. Bennett sets to his butt. Trying to roll him through here.
No time. Come on. There you go, Bennett. No, there's takedown. Call it 2. God, he got a 2 count. Please tell him he got a 2 count.
He got the takedown right before the period ended.
Come on, Wedgeberry. You got to get around there. That was a 2 count.
They're going to...
What? These guys are questioning whether that was even 2 takedown? Are you kidding me? That was for sure 2 takedown.
The holiday season approaching fast. Visit your local Iowa Lottery retailer for some holiday scratch tickets today. Enter your non-winners in the VIP club for a chance to win big cash prizes up to $100,000. Visit ialottery.com for details. Challenge right now. So Jason Wedgeberry will go look at it. Cal Baptist thinking there was no takedown. The Hawkeyes almost thinking that there could have been, thinking there could have been some near falls, but as it stands, it is a 6-2 lead at the end of the first period for Bennett. Started things at 157. Kobe Siebrecht with the fall. Patrick Kennedy a tech fall. Drake Rhodes with a major decision. Abe Assad with a decision. Jacob Warner and Tony Cassiope with first period falls. Aiden Harris drops a 9-4 decision to Elijah Griffin, and then Brody Teske with a 6-4 win. 33-3 is the lead for the Hawkeyes at 141 with 149 to close things out. Today's Hawkeye Dual Meet Recap presented by the Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. After review, call was confirmed to takedown. Cal Baptist will have their choice to start the second period. So Alanis will choose down. 6-2 is the lead for Drew Bennett. He's got 120 of riding time. Alanis tries hitting a switch off the whistle, works up to his feet. Bennett drops down to an ankle, driving him forward, gets him back down to his base. Another standing switch and escape there by Alanis. Good flurry of action by him to get out for the escape. A couple of fakes by Alanis. Bennett into a front headlock. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. The inside shot from a ways away, non-tied. Bennett able to drive through the rest of the way and finishes for the takedown. Gives him an 8-3 lead now with 1:20 to go in the second. Bennett goes into that spiral ride. Alanis peels that out. Bennett drives him forward. Goes into a half on the left side, nothing doing there. Slide out of bounds, head back to the center. 56 on the clock, second period. 8-3 is the lead for Bennett.
Good. It's good to have wrestling season back, Steven.
I know it.
It's good to see the fans back in here. Another wrestling season, 22-23. Gonna have a stellar team. Gonna have some great competitions, some awesome matches this year. A lot of flip-flop probably in the lineups here and there. Spencer's going to be ready to go. Won't wrestle, you know, a full season, but when he does, it'll be the big ones, obviously. Get Real Woods in there. Not sure, again, where he's at today or what's going on there, but I'm sure it's nothing major at all.
He's tentatively set to wrestle at the All-Star Classic on the 22nd, so just over a week away.
And maybe that's why, you know, just kind of focusing on that. I don't know. But you thought maybe it would get him 1 hour weigh-in and some match in front of the Carver fans ones.
8-3 as we go to the third.
Max Murin gets to be a heavyweight today. We got the Hawkeye Wrestling Club guys leaving on Friday, I believe, and wrestling Saturday in the New York Athletic Club's Freestyle Christmas Tournament.
Okay.
Shouldn't say Christmas. It's not even Thanksgiving. It used to be Christmas, and they bumped it way up. Used to be over Christmas.
There's an escape by Bennett to start the period. Gets in on a shot, finishes for 2 more. Gives him an 11-3 lead. Speaking of that, did you see that Marinelli and Young are doing the BTN Plus today?
I did see that. Good duo for that. A couple of best friends and former Hawks.
It's funny because Alex was in the room when I was waiting to interview Tom, and he came out, and I'd heard that he was doing it. I said, "Oh, you're trying to jonesing for my job, huh?" He's like, "Yeah." And then he starts play wrestling and acted like he was going to take a shot. I kind of stepped away. He's like, "Ooh, Grace, nice little step out there." I said, "Hey, I've seen something over the last 17 years watching this stuff." I'd still put my money on Alex to kick my butt, even though I've got 50 pounds on him, but approaching a minute to go here, third period. Drew Bennett for the Hawkeyes, 11-3 lead, plus he has riding time. There's the escape. Alex at 11-4.
Alex Marinelli, he just started the wrestling club here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. So they had practice tonight, 6 o'clock.
There's a shot by Bennett from a ways away. Couldn't get it. Got back to his feet, and then just a really bad reshot by Alanis, and Bennett just to stuff the head, get around behind for 2, gets a takedown. Now he cuts him, gets back in on another shot, finishes for 2 more. 30 seconds left. Now he's looking for that far side cradle. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. 25.9 on the clock.
And we had Eli Alger do the national anthem today.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Son of Royce Alger. He did a great job. I actually got goosebumps. And he talked about his Uncle Rad, who, you know, was in the military, and he was in Desert Storm, fought in Desert Storm.
Eli's playing a show here in town, isn't he?
He is. He's at the Wildwood on November 19th. He's got a band. It's called Eli Alger and the Faster Horses.
Faster Horses. Point for riding time, 16-5 will be the win for Bennett. Puts the Hawks up 37-3. We will come back and wrap things up with Max Murin. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
Local Craft Cellar is ready for the holidays, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits. Many Iowa-made favorites. They have the selection you don't see at other stores. Come get your favorite holiday beers, liqueurs, and of course, whiskeys. The biggest selection of vodka, tequila, mezcal, rum, gin, cordials, and wine. And the greatest selection of Iowa-made favorites like Edgewood Locker hams and turkeys. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Max Murin
with the cradle.
Cradle locked
That's
in, almost
tight.
had it once. Now he's rolling it through a second time.
He might get himself in trouble. He did. He got reversed to his back, tried pushing it too far. He fights off. He did give up 4 near fall, too. 2 reversal and 4 near fall. He got 2 near fall of his own, so he's losing right now 6-4. Boy, things went from really good to kind of really bad really quick, but the good thing about Max Murin is he has got a tank, and that kid will wrestle 7 minutes.
He's trying to turn back into Chaz Hallmark.
Got to respect your
control, gets the escape.
Got to respect your opponents there in those type of positions. He just tried forcing it too much.
Sweep head to the outside. Switches it now to the inside. Looking to shelf it. Reaching across to that far ankle. Gets the 2. A lot of energy exerted by both of those guys in that exchange there, Mark.
Well, I know who's going to come out ahead on that one is good old Max Murin. There he's putting the arm on the back, trying to get it on the back. Only 15 seconds to go here.
Take a 7-6 lead into the second period. Saturday, December 10th, the UFC returns to Las Vegas with a stacked card. Light heavyweight king Yuri Prochaska defends his strap against former champ Glover Teixeira. Live from T-Mobile Arena, UFC 282, Prochaska v. Teixeira. Tickets on sale at AXS.com.
This is good for Murin, actually, right here. Kind of have a dogfight of a match right out of the gate. Up to his feet, hand control, 1-point escape, makes it 8-6 now. As we were talking, as we went to that last break too, is Eli Alger and the faster horses. Is Murin on a shot single to a double, cuts off for a 2-point takedown. Eli Alger did a great job singing the national anthem for us here. The start of this dual meet, son of Royce Alger, legendary Ohio wrestler. He's going to be at the Wildwood on November 19th. You can buy your tickets online at EliAlgermusic.com for $20 a piece, or you can get them at the door. Every ticket sold is being donated to the Iowa Children's Hospital as well.
Nice.
So it'll be a good opportunity to see some good country music. The Wildwood right there by Eli Alger. I'm sure there'll be a lot of good wrestling fans there to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Don't we wrestle on the 19th?
No.
No?
2-point takedown, Murin.
Takedown Murin. The 18th is that Friday when we're at Albany.
Oh, it is?
So we wrestle Thursday at Army.
Oh, that's
Friday.
So that's next Saturday
Yeah,
already.
so that's next Saturday.
This is next Saturday.
Yeah. So it's Army on Thursday, and then Albany on Friday against Sacred Heart in Buffalo. And then Eli Alger on Saturday.
Eli Alger, he prides himself on having both genres of music, country and Western.
And he learned that from his dad, I bet.
A lot of the same personalities there. And, Royce would beg to differ and argue, but Eli's a better singer than Royce. But Royce, people don't know this, but Royce is a singer too. He has sung at weddings.
Yeah. Max Murin, another takedown. Now he's got a leg tuck into a crossface.
get near falls. Did he get all 4?
He did, I believe. Let's see if he can adjust on this. Not going to be able to, but that will give him an 18-8 lead. So he was down 6-4. Made it 7-6 at the end of the first, and now it's 18-8 at the end of the second.
That's Max Mirren for you right there.
He's got 1:24 of riding time.
He's going to go intentional release right out of the gate here. And go right back to his feet. He's been scoring well on the feet. He's been also looking for feet to back too. There's a
shot
nice
right
shot.
there. Trying
Cuts
to cut
off
off.
to a double.
Or Hallmark rather locked through the crotch here. Slowing Max down a little bit. Max trying to post and adjust. See, that's what you say there, Mark. You know, 2 hands to the leg, then he switches to try to readjust. Now he's trying to elevate with it. But you don't spend too much time just hanging with that leg. You got to figure out how you can move your body to create better position.
Yeah, you got to use your head more. So before you get into that predicament, using your head, driving through, getting the weight off you, cutting the angles, getting corners.
Did go to a stalemate, so back to action on our feet. 18-9 is the lead for Max. Stall call against Hallmark.
Eli lives in Nashville now full time.
Does he?
Yeah, he's out there trying to be one of the top dogs, trying to get himself into a tough
that double leg by Max
beautiful
Mirren
double right there by Max Mirren. Beautiful double. He's been having a hard time.
And then look what he did there.
Singles.
He finished that. He stayed low on it and kind of hiked the legs up to split them just enough so he could get back into that crossface with the leg Turk. He's got him at 46 degrees right now. Not quite able to turn him past that 45 there.
He got a 2 count. Tell me he got a 2 count.
Yep, he's got the 4 count. Now he's trying to come around to see if he can adjust, cinch that head up a little bit tighter.
Well, we got a tech.
Yep.
Good job, Mirren. Way to battle back.
That is going to do it. 24-9. Makes the final 42-3 in favor of the Hawkeyes. Start the year off at 1-0. Quick timeout. We'll be back with your post-meet. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa football, but we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans, too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is #1. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. 42-3 the final score here today as the Hawkeyes defeat Cal Baptist. Hawkeye coach Tom Branch joining us right now. Coach, you said earlier a lot of new faces in the lineup, and a lot of guys got their first action, and seeing some good things out of these guys out here. What'd you see from their Hawkeyes this afternoon?
I mean, this interview is, like, I love you guys, but this interview is kind of silly. But anyway, to be a good sport, you know, you got to give our guys credit. Here's the thing. Hey, we had by a lot of people's estimation, we had a second-tier lineup in there in a lot of weight classes, and Bennett and I mean, there's a lot of good things with different faces that those faces could change. I mean, but don't tell Drew Bennett that. Teskey's smart. He impressed me 3 times during that match. There were 3 things that really impressed me. How he got the ride at the edge right at the beginning of the second period when he rode that guy tough at the edge. The adjustment he made on that takedown he had where he came up and threw him instead of staying down below the knee. And then, you know, coming back from a little adversity. But, you know, he also made 2 errors that could have been costly. He got his leg out in front and got reversed and locked his hands in a neutral position. So you got a lot of that going on, and you don't want to get nitpicky, but that's a good maybe explanation of why this interview might be a little silly. Ironside's laughing, but Ironside, he knows what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, we talked a lot, Jacob Warner. He looked like a man on a mission today. I mean, sometimes you see Jacob maybe plays the cards close to the vest, and he came out and let that fur fly here today.
He did, and we love it. It's something that, I mean, let it fly, and, you know, sometimes, you know, we'll see. Sometimes, you know what, you're a senior, and, you know, I don't know what's going through his head, but we got to keep a good thing going if it's good.
And that's one thing I was going to ask, because I haven't been in the room, I haven't been around him, whatever, but he just looks like he's got a little swagger in him this year that I haven't seen before. He went from, you know, he was a man before, but he looks like a man now. Like, he's on a mission out there. He just looked different today.
He grew his hair out, so that's one thing, but yeah, I mean, good. That's good.
He just had a different personality, like, out there today, and it was great to see. So
yeah, he's like you're describing. He's a spirited guy. I mean, his emotions, they're positive emotions. They are. There's good energy in him. And hey, we just got to keep a good thing going. You don't want to, you know, heap praise and sing glory, but you know, you got to give credit where credit's due, like you're saying. But you know, let's keep a good thing going.
Looking to keep it going, like you alluded to in the pre-meet, Coach. We hop on a plane Wednesday, head out east. West Point on Thursday, and then up in Albany to take on Sacred Heart and Buffalo, I think it is. So 3 more good matches here coming up this week.
Yeah, we'll see what our lineup looks like, and then after that, we're not looking ahead, but, you know, we get home on Friday, and then a week from that next day, we go Penn. So we got our eye a little bit on the future, not looking ahead too much. But
is that Penn one Friday or Saturday?
Penn Saturday.
Saturday.
What time is that? Is that a 1:30?
That's at 2 p.m. if memory serves. But hey, check HawkeyeSports.com. And
according to James Allen's notes, yes, the 26th at 2 p.m.
So what about like Ironside 24/7, 365? Are you a sponsor? Or am I like being illegal right now, giving you a plug?
No. He's good.
It's not illegal?
No.
24/7, 365. Boom. Hey, we're looking forward to it. Thanks,
Coach.
All right.
That is Hawkeye coach Tom Brands. A 42-3 win for the Hawkeyes here today. Another quick timeout. We'll be back with more from Carver. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa football, but we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans, too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the offseason, conditioning is number one. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
Your station for Iowa wrestling all season long is AM 800 KXIC in Iowa City. Now let's wrap up tonight's broadcast. Here once again is Stephen Grace.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside winding things down from a season opening 42-3 victory for the Hawkeyes over the Cal Baptist Lancers. And Mark, Coach kind of jokes, it's silly to come up and kind of talk about this because it's one of those where it's early season, first action of the year, and it's a team that's just making the transition into D1. But he also said, give credit where credit's due. And, there's some of these matches where, you think Drake Rhodes could have just kind of settled for a win. He kept fighting, got that major decision. Max Mirren could have dropped his head and said, oh, man, I didn't get that. I'll just have to fight my way for, a close, hard-fought victory. No, he widens that gap and gets the big tech fall victory. So, there's some things that you can take from these early season matches that it's not the same as when a Penn State or a Michigan or an Ohio State comes to town, but still, you got to work to get better each and every time you're on that mat.
I mean, if you think that those guys aren't coming out from Cal Baptist and wanting to win wrestling matches, or a win for them in some situations would be to keep it within a regular decision, you're crazy. And those are the type of matches. That's why you got to be ready every single time that you step on the mat. And not like Max Mirren wasn't ready. He just tried forcing an issue there that he shouldn't have been forcing and didn't, hadn't wrestled that guy before. And it is Division I wrestling. People know how to wrestle. It doesn't matter what school you're at. And he tried forcing something that wasn't quite there and ended up paying for it. Luckily, he's a tough kid and ornery, and he was able to fight off his back and only give up the 4 near fall instead of a fall and battle back and win by a tech fall 24-9.
Yeah.
2 periods later. And that's the type of kid that Max Mirren is. And like Tom said, we got to see some new faces in there. And, like you got Drew Bennett in there who wrestled really, really well, looked really good on his feet. You got Drake Rhodes in there, looked really good on his feet. He looked better than Abe Assad. Abe Assad, if he would have taken a little bit out of Drake Rhodes' playbook, Abe Assad would have had a major decision as well, too. So I liked what I saw out of some of these guys that we're not used to seeing. And, even, at 25, Aiden Harris, I mean, yeah, he ended up getting beat 9-3, but that kid's tough. He's pretty good, and he stayed out there and he fought. And once we got some opportunity. We got some opportunities to do some really, really good things. It's the first meeting of the year, but I really liked what I seen. It's the first weigh-in of the year, first live competition. These guys actually, already had a notch on their belt wrestling Iowa State yesterday, weighing in there. So. That helps. And I think going out to New York this week is going to be really important for these guys, and having Penn as well before the big duel on December 4th against Iowa State right here in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Like you allude to, we wrestle Army West Point on Thursday, and then we hop a bus, and Thursday night after the duel, head up. I think it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's basically like from Iowa City to Cedar Falls to go from West Point up to Albany. And then we'll wrestle Friday night against Sacred Heart in Buffalo, and then hop a plane and head back home. So going to be good tests, some good competition. It's good to see some different teams. I mean, Sacred Heart, I don't know if or when we've wrestled them before. Cal Baptist, first time we've seen them. They're just making their way into D1. So it's good to see some of the same teams over and over with good competition, but it's also nice to see some other styles and, just expose yourself to different kinds of wrestling and, see what's out there for competition across the country.
And I think Army's a kind of a payback for them filling in last minute last year when we were supposed to wrestle Oregon State, I believe, and they couldn't make it. They ended up not making it, couldn't get a plane or something. Or was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, no, that was last year.
Was that last year? So I think they were already wrestling. It was at
Iowa State.
Iowa State. So they came over and took one on. So in a return in the favor, we're going out to, and you're going to wrestle Army next week, which is really cool. And that's, Tom Brand's at its best right there. And doing something good for the sport of wrestling. So I will not be on that trip, Steven. It's tough for me to get away.
From Iowa Style Apparel.
Iowa Style Apparel, correct. Tom, I love him to death, putting a plug in for us at 24/7, 365. But I think it's 4 years ago now it switched over to IowaStyleApparel.com. And appreciate all the, beloved supporters of our Iowa Style Apparel store. And Stacy Olson, my store manager, said it was crazy busy right out of the gate this morning at 9 o'clock for people coming down to the meet. So appreciate it very much. But yeah, this time of year is tough between now and Christmas for me, and it is what it is. So,
hey, I'm not coaching, so I'll be there. You're thankful for that, I know.
Well, it's a catch-22, double-edged sword there, Steven. So, I wish you guys would have got football game, and had you gotten that football game, I would have been going on that trip. It is what it is.
Yep.
But for me to miss 3 full days of work this time of year is really, really tough.
Yeah. Well, at the forecast, I don't think there's going to be very many ice cream sales. 25 degrees and snow and
no. I heard we're supposed to get snow on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like up to 4 inches, someone told me.
Baby.
This Tuesday. Like 2 days from now, Maggie. 2 days. Get the snow shovels out, Mags. What, Jessica? It's not happening.
It's not
refuse.
happening. Our families are awesome.
Yeah.
They love supporting the Hawks. They use us to get here. So, well, Mark, I'll hold down the fort this week, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks as we get ready for that Penn match here on the 26th. So, good luck with everything, and we'll talk to you then.
All right, safe travels out there, and we'll see you on the 26th against Penn at 2 p.m.
Thank you much. For Mark Ironside, this is Stephen Grace. Again, the Hawks with the win 42-3 today over the Cal Baptist Lancers to move to 1-0 on the season. And we will talk to you again on Thursday as we wrestle at Army. That will be a 6 o'clock start time, Iowa time. We will go on the air with a 5:45 pre-meet coverage from Army West Point. Until then, this is Stephen Grace. You've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling. Presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop. Celebrating 29 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
Through is if we get USC Oregon in the championship game. But like I said, it's the Pac-12. There's no rollover games. It's not like when Michigan or Ohio State or Georgia plays, well, they're going to win this game. Now, they always throw it out there to chance, right? Pac-12 after dark is insane. It's weird because I look at USC and sometimes I watch them and I'm so incredibly impressed with how well they're playing in Lincoln Riley's first year. And he's brought in a bunch of guys, and here's my offense, and we're trying to gel together right away. And here they are with one loss, controlling their own destiny.